The Cliff Village in Liaoning is located in a deep and steep valley, surrounded by steep cliffs and dense cliffs. The villagers here live in the extreme environment of nature, and their daily travel is a challenge of life and death and danger. In order to contact the outside world, they must rely on some primitive and thrilling means of transportation, traveling back and forth from their homes through ropes and steel ladders. The steel ladder is the only connection between the Cliff Village and the outside world. This ladder hanging on the cliff has no guardrails at all, and the width is narrow, which can only accommodate one person. Every step is a challenge to life. Standing on this steel ladder, there is a cliff hundreds of meters deep under your feet. When the wind blows, the ladder shakes with it, which makes people feel scared. The villagers must carefully pass the steel ladder every day, especially when going downhill. The angle of the ladder makes it almost impossible to stand firmly. They use their hands and feet, for fear that they will fall into the canyon if they are not careful. The downhill road is even more difficult, with the whistling mountain wind and the violent shaking of the ladder. Although everyone has long been accustomed to it, every time they pass through, they are still full of anxiety and fear. When the material transportation arrives, the limitations of the steel ladder are fully revealed. Heavy objects, daily necessities, etc. cannot easily pass through this narrow ladder. At this time, the villagers will use ropes to lift the items. The thick rope extends from the top of the mountain to the bottom of the valley, and the villagers use their strong arms to lift the daily necessities one by one. The process of lifting objects is full of thrills and tension. The ropes are constantly swaying in the wind, and the objects are swaying in the air. If you are not careful, the objects will fall into the deep valley, and may even bring fatal dangers. Sometimes, the villagers also need to tighten the ropes with long poles to ensure that the objects can be lifted to the top of the mountain smoothly. Every lifting is like brushing shoulders with death. Especially in rainy season or windy weather, the whole process is more dangerous. Rain makes the rocks slippery, and steel ladders and ropes are more vulnerable to damage. When the wind is raging, it can even blow people to the brink of collapse, and the airflow in the entire canyon becomes extremely unstable. At this time, passing through steel ladders or ropes is simply a race with death. Many villagers had to trek through the storm, their bodies soaked, their hands tightly grasping the steel ladder, not daring to relax for a second. When the wind was strong, they even had to lie on the ladder to keep their balance, for fear that a gust of wind would blow them off the lifeline on the cliff. In the Cliff Village, every day's travel and material transportation is a great test of the villagers' will to survive. Every time they pass the steel ladder, they brush shoulders with death. Every time they hoist items, it is a challenge to the limit. However, despite such a difficult life, the villagers have always stayed in the depths of this mountain. They did not choose to give up, but trudged forward on this dangerous road again and again, using their wisdom and perseverance to write the unyielding life legend of the Cliff Village.
you.